killed Liz. I killed the teen dream. Deal with it. I killed Liz. I killed the teen dream. Deal with it.
Hello, party people. Welcome to the party. First, I want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for subscribing and enjoying the content, watching the videos, interacting with me. We are well over the 450 mark, and that is extremely exciting. Like, OMG. Like, every day I am just taken aback that there are so many of you out there who enjoy my thoughts and ramblings about Alex. So again, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I am absolutely loving making the videos, especially like deep diving into these older ones has been fun because we are finding out that they are super relevant for today. So yeah, this is gonna be, I think this is another Weight Watchers video. Honestly, I don't remember. Of course, as always, it'll be in the title, but let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited today to bring you guys.
Okay, help me out here, guys. Something is off and I can't quite put my finger on what it is, like, about her face. Is it just because it's like she's got lashes on and no other real makeup? Are the lashes too heavy? I don't know. She just looks kind of weird here.
Some of my favorite Weight Watchers / WW, since they have rebranded, little recipe hacks. These are so yummy, a staple in my food life every single week, and you guys are gonna love these recipe hacks.
Oh, I'm curious if we're gonna see any of the stuff that she's making today in 2025. Like, wouldn't that be funny? You think we're gonna see her make her Greek yogurt pizza that she's never made before? Guys, when I was watching the video today, her upload today on Sunday, April 6th, 2025, and she said that, I was cracking up laughing, and I just couldn't let her get away with it. I had to put in the throwback. And how much you guys want to bet she's gonna say something like either on the Tuesday or the Thursday vlog about how, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that, or something kind of snarky like, oh, I just can't keep track of it. Girl, it was 5 years ago. Like, you don't remember that you used to love this exact same pizza 5 years ago? I don't know. That's weird to me. That's weird to me.
Before I hop into these amazing recipes, I just want to say thank you so much to Native for sponsoring this video.
Okay, so this commercial is no longer relevant anyway, but I am going to cut out the majority of this 2-minute commercial about fucking deodorant. It's so bizarre to me when she does commercials for deodorant because it's like, it makes you wonder, are you using the deodorant? Because what was it, over Christmas? I was about to say Christmas break, like we're in school, girl. Over Christmas, I think she had a sponsorship with Wild One or Wild something. I don't know. They're the newest clean quote unquote clean deodorant. I haven't looked into them, so I'm not really sure what their stats are. But yeah, I remember her seeing that. She tried to slide it in there. Like, it's so funny because I knew from the moment she said something about the deodorant, I was like, she's gonna have a sponsorship or something by them. But yeah, I'm gonna cut this out. She's also got, like, in the other one where she's doing a little music with the food stuff, so all of those clips will also be muted. But yeah, let's cut this.
Okay guys, good morning. I am going to show you now one of my favorite breakfast recipe hacks. So one of my old favorite little breakfast wraps was from Chick-fil-A. It's like the one with like eggs and cheese and like hash browns and like fried chicken. Like, it's amazing.
I wonder if that's the wrap, like if that was what was in the Chick-fil-A bag that one time when she was in the car and everybody clocked it with her sunglasses. Like, I bet you it was.
So I'm going to show you guys how I make that on WW. So first and foremost, in my air fryer here, I just threw in a half a cup of diced potatoes from the frozen section at the grocery store. There was only 1 point and a half a cup. So they're just in there frying on 400 for about 10 minutes until they're crispy and done. These have been a staple on WW because they're pretty low point and they're just like good for breakfast with eggs all the time.
It just blows me away that potatoes are such low points. Like, I don't know. I feel like a potato, and I don't know. I am not a big fan of eating potatoes early in the morning either, but I'm also not a big fan of breakfast. And I'm actually not a big fan of breakfast. Not like Alex, who tells us that and then goes and eats a 5-course breakfast.
And now I'm just scrambling up 2 eggs for 0 points in a non-stick pan. I don't add milk or anything. They're just fine on their own, but I've got some scrambled eggs.
Yeah, we can see, and they look dry and unseasoned as hell. Like, you can't even add some seasoning, some salt and pepper, some fucking sour cream, something, girl.
And you can microwave these, or you can put them in the air fryer or the oven, but I'm going to take 2 of these air fried nuggets and cut them up for my chicken. They're so good. So for the wrap, I'm going to use a Joseph's lavash bread. This whole thing, which is huge, only has 2 points, or you can cut it in half for like a smaller size. Actually, I might just use half because this is really big for 1 point. And then I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of this fat-free cheddar, which has 0 points. I'm so excited. I'm so hungry. Okay, so I like to just kind of put everything together before I put it in the burrito. So we have my eggs. I cut up the nuggets. I ended up doing 3 nuggets for 2 points, and then half a cup of potatoes, which are nice and crispy from the air fryer. And
Those potatoes do not look crispy. They look extremely undercooked. Like, ew.
I'm gonna put it in this little half of a lavash slice. Guys, this whole thing has 4 smart points. And I kind of have to hold it while I eat it because like it comes apart, but it tastes just like Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna just add a little bit of ketchup, and yeah, it's delish. I also did season my eggs with salt and pepper, so make sure you season as you go. But yeah, that's my little Chick-fil-A breakfast wrap recipe.
Of course, there's something buffalo chicken. I should have called that.
All right, guys, today's Weight Watchers recipe that we're going to be making is buffalo chicken dip. It's one of my favorite foods, so to be able to make it in like a low point version is pretty exciting.
You're making barbecue chicken though.
I'll make enough for you on the side because he doesn't like spicy. So I have some chicken breast here, and I just pulled out my slow cooker. This is the one we use. So the first thing I'm going to do is slow cook my chicken for a few hours so that it like kind of soaks in flavor and gets nice and like shreddable. So I'm just going to cut these up just so they'll cook a little bit faster, and then as they slow cook, when they're cooked, you can like kind of pull them apart with a fork. So like my husband said, I'm making him barbecue chicken, and I'm also going to use the pulled chicken to make myself buffalo chicken dip because he does not like buffalo. So normally you could also soak this with hot sauce in here, but I'm just going to season it really well so it will just get like normal seasoning, like adobo, little salt, pepper, garlic powder, things like that, so it'll get really flavorful, and then we can use hot sauce, barbecue sauce, whatever. So let's just get our chicken cut up. You could also literally buy a rotisserie chicken and, you know, pull out the non-skin parts.
Whose body is this? Whose body is this? Because this is not the same body that we have been seeing. Like, is this filtered? Is she just like sucking it in like really hard? Like, you know what I mean. If you've ever been fat, if you've ever been overweight, you know that like holding your stomach in. Whose body is this? I just want to know.
Because it gets nice and shredded. But I'm going to do them in strips like this. But we had a lot of chicken, so I just wanted to use this up. And then I can also kind of cut off any fat parts or...
I just don't understand this. You're going to slow cook it. Just throw it in the thing. And also, what are you cutting it on? Like, I feel like nothing has changed even today because she's always cutting stuff like directly on the countertop or on stuff that's moving all over the place. You also need sharper knives. Like, what is happening? Why?
Little grizzly parts, because I'm very sensitive to that. And I'm also gonna just give my crock pot a little cooking spray so nothing will stick, and throw these in. So inside the crock pot, I spritzed it with a little teeny bit of nonstick.
You guys think she washed her hands before she touched that, or is her whole kitchen like just salmonella? You really can't eat everybody's house, and this is exactly why.
Coconut oil just so it won't stick, and I'm gonna throw some seasoning on top. I'm gonna do adobo. I love adobo because like it has garlic powder and things like that in there. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of this 0 Point ranch dip mix. And now I'm gonna slow cook this for about 3 hours. I forgot to mention I put this on high on the slow cook mode for 3 hours, so it takes longer if you cook it on low. Okay, so it has been 3 hours, and here is our chicken. Now I'm just gonna take it out so you guys can see better, but see how it already has like that fall apart texture?
Oh my god, I knew it was gonna be wrong when she put the ranch seasoning on top. Because why? If you're making him barbecue chicken, why would you put ranch seasoning? Why would you? This chicken looks so fucking dry. Like, okay, when I do slow cooker chicken, and mind you, I don't even have a slow cooker anymore because we had to get rid of the old one we had. I forget what was wrong with it, but it was old. Like, it's time to replace. So right now, all I have is a Dutch oven, and I do my slow cooking in my Dutch oven. Listen, when I'm slow cooking things, it doesn't matter what the meat is, okay? That shit is juicy and tender. I'm not playing with dry ass meat in my house. Absolutely not. You know why? Because my dad was a chef, and he taught me better than that. And also, who the fuck wants to eat dry ass meat? Like, I feel like there is a stereotypical type of person who makes dry meats, and we are looking at her, and that's all I'm gonna say. Because it just seems to me like all of her food, there's always something off, and a lot of time, like that, maybe that's why she doesn't make pork. Like, why she doesn't make pork chops? Because listen, the wrong person making pork chops, they'll be dry. You'd be needing to, like, soak them in a sauce or a water or something just to choke that shit down. That's probably why she don't make no pork chops. Pork chops are delicious. But yeah, her food always looks dry and unseasoned.
So we're gonna take it out and we're gonna pull it. I would normally just do it in the crock pot, but I want you guys to be able to see it. Sorry, I just finished a workout, so it smells amazing.
You know what I want to know? So in her video today, she says that she didn't realize how much clothes kids go through. But this woman changes her clothes so damn often. Like, and I'm not even talking about here, which we've already seen 3 outfit changes, although supposedly one was from a day before. I don't know. I'm talking about in 2025, 2024. We see her change her clothes in the same day all the time. And not just because there's spit up on it. Like, so what do you mean you didn't realize how much clothes kids need because you are an adult, a whole grown-ass woman with a driver's license and paying taxes. And you have to change your clothes multiple times a day. So what the fuck do you mean?
Like, putting that seasoning in with it is the key. So now I'm just gonna grab 2 forks, and this is enough for me and my husband. So see, it's just like super easily shreddable. So we're just going to shred all of it with these 2 forks. Look, like, it's so easy.
Honestly, for me, it's a lot easier when they're whole pieces, but you do you. Also, it's super easy when the shit is already so dry that it's coming apart, so.
Here is what it looks like, all shredded, and it already tastes so good, even with just the seasoning. So I'm gonna make this like a little twofer. I'll show you guys how I make my husband a low point barbecue pulled chicken sandwich, and then we will also make the buffalo chicken dip. So yeah, 2 recipes in one. Let's do it. Okay, so I know some people like to do their buffalo chicken dip in like layers, but I like to mix it all together, and that because I can kind of like taste it and like figure out if I want to add anything like to taste, and then I top it with cheese and bake it. So
Hi, Alex. Since apparently you're watching me now, I have a question for you. Can you please tell us why you pull out this like little pieces, basically your sideburns, and like why you pull that out and have them like loose and like on the prowl? Like, can you please just address that in your next upcoming video, if you don't mind, you know, if you have a few moments, if you could just let me know, that'd be super great.
I am gonna do it in this little guy here. I have my oven preheating. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I like to just use one bowl so I don't waste a bunch of bowls to wash.
Wow, she must really hate washing dishes, because that seems to be a pretty common theme with her. I don't love washing dishes. You know, I've been the dishwasher since I was like 8 or 9 years old. So we're coming up, you know, real close to the 30-year mark of washing dishes. We do not have a dishwasher in my house. I've only ever lived in one apartment or house that had a dishwasher in it, and I never used it. I just feel like it didn't get my dishes clean enough. I'm pretty neurotic about my dishes being clean, so it's like I do hate washing dishes, but I also want them done a specific way. So guess who washes dishes? And I probably wash dishes anywhere from, I don't know, 2 to 4 or 5 times a day. It's just, it is what it is. The dishes need to get washed. I wash the dishes so many times because I hate having a whole bunch of dishes at the end of the day. Like today, I didn't really wash dishes throughout the day like I usually do. So there's half a sink full of dishes waiting for me after this video or tomorrow morning. I usually try to get the dishes done in the evenings though, because I hate waking up to a sink full of dishes. I hate it. I don't know. Maybe that's just the mom in me.
So I kind of do one step at a time in the bowl as I go. I'm taking some plain non-fat Greek yogurt. This is 0 points. It's amazing. I use it in so much. Sorry, it's a mess back here. My husband's doing a car wash and he got all these fancy new things. So I'm gonna take just a big old dollop of that. And I'm gonna take more of this Hidden Valley Ranch Dip powder. Just adding probably about a tablespoon. This is also an amazing dip.
Now, let me just remind all of you playing along at home, she is still on Weight Watchers in this clip, making Weight Watchers hacks, basically. These are recipe hacks for Weight Watchers. So, all of the imprecise measuring, it's definitely working for her on on a program that requires you to measure things in order for your points to match right.
For like veggies and stuff, it's a great way to do a 0 point dip. And it kind of gives the impersonation of ranch dressing for this. So I'm just mixing that up, and I like to just taste it and make sure it's where I want. Perfect. Some people like it more ranchy than others. Now I'm also going to add in, because I like it super creamy, I'm going to add in 3 of these Laughing Cow light cheeses, and this kind of works as kind of like a cream cheese substitute, or you can use a whipped or fat-free cream cheese, but to me these taste the best. Whipped cream cheese is pretty good, but the fat-free doesn't have a lot of flavor. So I'm just going to throw in 3 of these little triangles like this. They just make it super creamy, and I believe these have 1 point each.
Hopefully she's going to tell us all the points at the end, because this, I believe they have, that ain't going to work, Alex. What is the points? How many points is this meal?
Now I know some people like their dip all ranch, all blue cheese, either way, but I like both. So I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of light blue cheese, chunky blue cheese. And of course, you know, you can do this however fits your points.
Notice how she didn't show us her measuring that out either. She's literally measured nothing except for the things that were already measured. Like nothing has been measured.
I know not everyone's on blue, but because our chicken and hot sauce have hardly any points, this is where it all pretty much lies. But it's still pretty low point. It's kind of crazy. So I'm just mixing up our creamy stuff. So it's nice and ranchy, blue cheesy, creamy. Oh, it's so fire. I kind of just like mash it together. Now I'm gonna add in our pulled chicken. Because this has 0 points and it's full of protein, I'm gonna add like a decent amount.
Okay, conspiracy theory. So it looks like she was already like low-key obsessed with protein, and the gastric bypass surgery just kind of like heightened that obsession. What is the deal with her being so obsessed with protein? Like, I understand for the surgery, malabsorption and all that jazz. But like, as a regular ass person, why are you so obsessed with protein? Like, I just make sure that we have protein in our day. Which I like, really quick story time, guys. Sorry to interrupt this riveting content that we're judging and reacting to. But today I got on the scale. I don't remember when the last time. I'm pretty sure it was like within the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not like actively trying to lose weight, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not, going to a gym or, doing gung-ho shit or whatever. But I have been, slowly but surely changing our diet and stuff. And I am down a pound. Like, it's great for me. There's a few reasons. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, since I started changing up our diet and stuff, I've been steadily losing weight. And it's just nice. Like, I care about my weight. Okay, I'm not Alex. I don't really, yes, non-scale victories, they're important too, because it's like your health, like, being able to walk further and stand longer and do more shit. But I care about the number on the scale very much. I care about what size my clothes is very much. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and try and lie about that. It's important to me. I want to be thin, or at least thinner. At least a healthy weight. Like, I'll be okay with that. I don't need to, be a fucking model or anything like that. I just want to be healthy. And whatever weight I need to get down to be healthy, that's the way I need to be. So, yeah, I haven't been doing a lot. We can't really, a gym membership is not in the budget in any way, shape, or form. And it's very costly unfortunately, it is very costly to eat better. So, it's just hard. But hopefully, I'm hoping I'll be able to get a walking pad in the near future, because I really hate walking outside. I love to walk, but it is so hot here and just so, like, irritating, for one. Like, I hate walking over here. It's not a fun time. And then, I don't know, I just feel like, because I haven't been physically active in the way that I used to be for such a long time now, I just feel kind of like daunting. Like, the task is a little bit daunting. And I feel like if I were to have like a walking pad in the house, because we don't have space for a treadmill, but a walking pad, I can zip it under the couch and that'd be fine. I just feel like I would be more motivated to use that and, actually get some exercise and stuff. So that's kind of like what I'm saving up for, is to get a walking pad. It's kind of between getting a walking pad and getting a laptop, if I'm going to be honest, because they're about the same amount of money. So yeah, but my health is very important to me. And it's funny because I actually, like, I've lost just a little bit of weight, and we still, eat certain things. I'm sure if I was exercising and like really cutting back on my calories, like seriously counting them, because I probably do about 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day. It just depends on the day. But I'm sure if I was like in a super deficit, like when I used to do 1,200 calories, I would be losing weight really, really fast. but I'm also not, like, I need to lose weight, but I'm not, 400 pounds or anywhere near that. So it's not like, dire. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys a little update, a little, pat on my back. I feel good. I know it's only a pound. It's not much, but hey, something is something. If our girl here can celebrate her pound, I'm going to celebrate my pound. And I'm not going to be telling you guys in a week that, well, I'm probably not going to weigh myself in a week. Let's be real. But I'm not going to be telling you guys that my next, quote unquote update, if I remember to update you guys, that I've gained weight. So I feel good about that.
And now I'm gonna add in my hot sauce. Do however much you like, depending how hot you like to go. 0 points. I love the Frank's buffalo wing sauce. I'm gonna mix it all up now. Mixing like the creamy part, the chicken, the hot sauce. And you can really see it start to come together. And the only thing with points in this is the blue cheese and the little laughing cow, guys, which is 6 points. So all of this only has 6 points. Crazy. And I'm someone who I like to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Does that not look so good? And now I'm just gonna try a tiny taste. Oh my god, guys, it's so good. You have to try this. Spread it out so it's even in the pan. And we're gonna top it with my favorite fat-free cheddar from Kraft. So 1/4 cup has 0 points, and then if you use a 1/2 cup, it goes up to 1 point. So I'm just gonna do 1/4 cup. You just want it to be nice and like melty on top. Now I'm gonna throw it in the oven at 350 just for about 10 minutes to get it nice and warm and melty. My oven is dirty, please don't judge me. Okay, my bad. The laughing cow, the 3 are actually 4 points, so that dip comes to 7 points. So what I like to eat it with, you can either do celery for 0 points, which is so good. I don't have any right now though, so I'm gonna use this Joseph's pita bread. This is the best. You need this in your house if you're on WW. It's the flax oat bran and whole wheat pita bread, 1 point per pita, which is just crazy. You can have 2 of these and the whole feast will be 9 points, and it's so filling, so much food. Another great little tip, I'm not gonna do it today, but if you like pita chips and you want a low point version, take these, cut them up into like, the little triangles, like cutting it like a pizza, put it on a baking sheet, spray it with a little bit of cooking spray, add like garlic powder, salt and pepper, and bake them, and you can make your at-home low point pita chips. And while my buffalo chicken dip is baking, I'll let you guys know what I'm doing for my husband. So as I told you, the pulled chicken, this is for his pulled chicken sandwich. So another staple in WW is the G. Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce. The hickory is my favorite flavor.
Oh, here we go. Here's our well, I guess technically the buffalo chicken dip is kind of a recurring thing, but the sugar-free barbecue sauce, y'all, which I don't know how that tastes, because how do you have barbecue sauce without sugar?
I've tried them all, but this is my fave. So this actually has 0 points unless you go up to a certain amount, but you can use a decent amount of this for 0 points. So I just went ahead and threw that in with his chicken for his sandwich. And while he finishes washing our cars, I'm gonna leave this on keep warm so the flavor can really soak in for him.
So I guess this is what Yar had for lunch that day. I wouldn't consider this a bonus recipe.
So here it is, fresh out of the oven, nice and melty. And I'm gonna go ahead and have 2 of these pitas to eat this, all for 9 points. So good.
It's homemade pizza. Is it going to be the Greek yogurt pizza?
Okay guys, so for this last recipe, I'm gonna show you how I make at-home homemade pizza dough with just 2 ingredients. This is definitely like a Weight Watchers hack that I learned from you guys on my Weight Watchers Instagram, but I think this is on the Weight Watchers app as well. But it's so easy and so good and so filling. So all you need is whole wheat flour or gluten-free flour, whatever flour you like. I do think some other flours might be lower in points. I had at home normal flour, whole wheat flour, and gluten-free, and this one has the least points. It is 8 points and 1/2 cup, and then we're also using non-fat Greek yogurt for 0 points.
You guys, she made at least two videos with this. And you're telling me that she didn't remember? That means that she was making it frequently. Okay, it's one of two things. Either she was making it a lot, or she literally only made it for these videos. Either way, you're really gonna sit here and tell me that you don't remember? You've never made it before. Those are the words she said today. I've never made this before. But yet we have at least two records of you making it on camera. The things like, is it a lie or is her memory just that bad?
It's just these two for the dough. So I am actually making a whole pizza. I'm gonna have half of it and my husband will have the other half. So this equals one big pizza and I'll be having half. So I'll explain the points as I go. So this is 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour. And now I'm gonna add in 1 cup of this non-fat Greek yogurt. I use this stuff for everything, so I always have it in the house. And now I'm just going to mix it together and it actually forms a dough. This is kind of perfect because we've always loved whole wheat pizza dough. Like before I was on WW and I would make us homemade pizza, I'd always buy the whole wheat crust because it's kind of sweet. I'm so bad at stirring this, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep stirring it and you can see it's already starting to form like a dough texture. And I'm gonna tell you guys a secret on how to make this taste good, because it can taste a little sour like the Greek yogurt if you don't season it properly. So I got some tips from you guys on seasoning, and then eventually it gets to a point where I can just do it with my hands. I'm just taking a little flour on my hands so it's not too sticky, and it's forming the dough.
You guys, it's so wild to me. And then to see her again making the dough with her rings and jewelry on is just wild, knowing that, like, I don't know, like, maybe it's just a coincidence. Okay, I'm just gonna say it's a coincidence. Like, I like to kiki and make fun, and that she's watching and whatever, and that she heard me call her out, and because in today's video she obviously took off her jewelry and she made like a deal of taking them off. So but I'm just gonna say it's a coincidence. But it is funny that in both of these videos we see her doing it with her jewelry on, and in today's video she took it off. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. That, and how do you make something so often and then completely forget that you made it? Please explain. Like, oh my gosh, I know 5 years ago, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that long ago. Like, I can tell you what I was doing 5 years ago, and I have terrible memory. I can even tell you the foods I was cooking, to be honest. Like, yeah, so I don't understand. Like, how can you just so blatantly say, oh, I never made this before?
All right, and just like that, we have our pizza dough. Okay, so I just went ahead and threw some parchment paper on a baking sheet, and I'm just going to take my time and work the dough out. So the trick is we're gonna cook the dough after we season it on 450 for like 10-12 minutes and let it get kind of crispy, and then we are going to add the toppings and bake it again. All right, so I have my pizza all spread out. It definitely takes a little while, but eventually it gets there. So I'm gonna use my favorite pizza sauce, Don Pepino. So I just added a teeny weeny bit of pizza sauce because I like the flavor to soak in, but I'm gonna add more later. So we're gonna go ahead and season the dough. I am using adobo because it has, like salt, garlic powder, like it has all the flavors already incorporated into it, so I can just do one step. But you want like garlic powder, salt, pepper, things like that. Just want lots of flavor. So now I'm gonna throw it in like this after you add your seasoning, and I'm gonna put it in for 12 minutes. I find that 10 was just not totally enough. Okay, so it just came out of the oven. Smells amazing with the seasoning.
I'm sorry, this looks horrific. I would rather just not eat pizza, if I'm being honest with you. Which, I mean, it's not a stretch for me, guys. I don't love pizza. Like, we literally used to have pizza every Friday growing up at my house and at school. Like, and the school pizza was garbage. The at-home pizza wasn't much better because even though it was made from scratch, there were some questionable toppings. Yeah, so I don't have a great affinity for pizza. Once in a while, I have a craving. I'm like, ooh, yeah, let's get a pizza. That's about it. And this might be a hot take, but my husband makes amazing pizza, like from scratch. He makes great pizza, calzones and stuff. But it does take a lot of work, so he doesn't make it too often. But I do love a frozen pizza. Like, I'm sorry. I love a frozen pizza.
And now I'm adding my favorite pizza sauce, about half of the can, because we've already used half another time. So I'm just doing the pizza sauce. Sometimes I'll make a buffalo chicken pizza, but that recipe is actually already up on my Instagram. A half a can of that is perfect. So part skim mozzarella, and then my fave fat-free cheddar, just because points. So in the whole thing, I'm gonna do a half a cup of each. So in total, I'm eating a quarter cup of each. And the great thing is, once you have the dough cooked, you can literally do like any toppings that you like. I've made some really good barbecue chicken ranch pizza with that G. Hughes barbecue sauce. And then I'm topping it with some turkey pepperoni. These are very low point. Like, I think there's like a point, like 10 of them. So I'm just loading it up with pepperoni. And here is what the pizza looks like. This is half of the pizza. There is another half over there. And this has 14 smart points. And it's a lot of pizza. Like, this is a really big plate. So yeah, it's a lot lower in points than getting pizza at like Domino's or something. And it's even more filling because that non-fat Greek yogurt has so much protein. And it's so delicious. Season everything, guys. Like, you can also use that 2-ingredient dough to make bagels, which will be in another video soon.
Yeah, it does not look good to me, guys. I'm sorry. That crust looks very crispy, and I don't like a crispy crust. But it just doesn't look good. Also, I'm not about the fucking turkey pepperoni. Like, give me the real thing or nothing at all.
Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for more Weight Watchers, tips and tricks, and just like a positive, happy community where we all support each other every day. I post all the time there, so just follow me there. Subscribe here for more, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys soon. Bye.
That was the outro. Okay, well, guys, I never watched this video before. So I'm actually cracking up about the fucking pizza. It's just so funny to me. Maybe it's actually not that funny, but it's really funny to me, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm alone in this. I really don't have much more to say. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I am working on this, like, I call it my special project. It's gonna be a compilation. I'm trying to, like, it's a lot because I'm having to go through so many videos, so I don't have as much time to do it as I would like. It's just that one is a little bit more time consuming, so that's probably going to be coming in a little bit, like maybe next week sometime. But hopefully it will all be worth it. But yeah, so I'm probably going to work on some more of her fitness stuff. I am thinking about tackling her pregnancy stuff, but the way I want to do her vlogmases is like, I kind of want to do them a chunk at a time because I think I am going to start creating like playlists. So if you guys want to watch specific things, you can just go to the playlist and all of the reactions will be there. I am a person who likes things to be organized and I like to easily find stuff. So that's another reason why I kind of want to do that for you guys as well. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm sorry it was extremely boring and I was very chatty with my life story. But hopefully that's okay. And hopefully I will see you guys in another reaction, which should be coming out very soon. Bye, guys.